and I know our audience, as you know, SAP operational leaders, will be interested, Mark, in your, in your view as a leader within a performance-based organization. What was your role in motivating people to innovate faster and also faster than the competition, right? And to what extent did therefore the right technology play a part when you're specifically talking about competitive advantage?
So because I was on management boards of 2 Formula One teams, I was living the dream on a week-to-week basis of sitting down with like-minded colleagues and saying, what can we do to perform better? And I can share with you that at Jordan Grand Prix, for example, which today is the Aston Martin Formula One team, rather famously, at least famously to us, we used to have 2 columns that we would go through during our management board meetings. One column was how to make the car go faster. Yeah. And the other column was everything else in the business. I mean, we were literally that focused on the product and how to improve performance, and then everything else was kind of secondary, because in Formula One, at the end of the day, we're creating this high technology product which happens to be a Formula One car, and if that car performs, if we're winning, everything else in our business becomes a lot easier, because our fans are happy, our corporate sponsors are happy, we get lots of public relations and media coverage. Actually, everything cascades down from our performance. So the focus on product performance was absolutely there. I think the other thing is that you mentioned competition. So we would sit in those meetings talking about our product, but we'd also be looking at the competition. What are they doing? What can we learn from them? How can we gain competitive advantage? Because we have a deep respect for our competitors in Formula One. We want to beat them. And for example, in the case of Jordan Grand Prix, we, as a new team, were on a massive learning curve of how do we, first of all, catch up with and then ultimately overtake and beat some of the most famous names in Formula One history, teams like Ferrari and McLaren and Williams and such like. So as a result, there was a real, for me personally and for my colleagues at leadership level, there was really a focus of cascading down through the organization the fact that, right, folks, we have to do things differently. We have to be innovative. We've got to create really new outcomes, better outcomes. We've got to focus on that innovation on a day-to-day basis. And my background was commercial. So you might say, well, how does someone on a commercial side of a Formula One team help to deliver competitive advantage and innovation? Well, of course you can, because we really focused on what can we do to improve outcomes, not just for ourselves, but for our customers. So we used to, we had a number of groundbreaking initiatives. I'm very happy to say that we came up with some ideas that no one else had ever tried, and then we went and we deployed those. So we were being highly creative in our commercial operations as well as in our engineering operations as a team, and that led to us having an overall competitive advantage. And people used to say to me, wow, you guys, you take some risks and you do new things and it looks like you're having a lot of fun in the process. Well, that's because our mindset was to constantly challenge the status quo and to try and leap ahead of the competition and create some clear blue water between us and them, and ultimately win at what we're doing.